Hey everybody, it's Jerry. I am just here getting a few of my traps cleaned up. I gotta go set some traps today for some raccoon. Some coon traps. And I just want to tell you a little bit about how I clean up my traps. You can go on a lot of videos and they'll show you how they bull them and dip them in wax and this and that. Well, I've been doing this pretty near all my life. Over half of my life I've been doing this. I've been trapping for over half my life. And only once have I ever waxed my traps. When you get these things, when you get one of these traps, when you get one of these traps, they're oiled. They're oiled to keep them from rusting. Well, I'll hang that trap outside for a couple weeks and let it rust. It's exactly what I do. I don't know if anybody else does. It works for me. I've done this for a long time and I've never had any problems. I'll hang this outside, let it rust a little, get rid of that oily, residue-y stuff on there, and then I'll bring them in. And the only thing I do is I'll hit them with a wire brush. I'll hit that sucker with this brush until it ain't got no more rust on it. And it don't take very much work to do to get that stuff off. This has been hanging outside now for almost a month through rain and stormy weather. This and that. If you can see it there, it's just tarnished. That's all. It's got no rust on it. It's tarnished. I've trapped with people who wax their traps. But I don't wax mine. And I have done just as good, if not better, than they have with trapping. I really don't see the use in waxing a trap, but I'm not bashing anybody. I'm not trying to tell anybody not to do it or anything. I just don't do it. Like I said, I've been trapping for years and years, and it's never affected my trapping. I don't care. I don't think an animal really cares if it's waxed or if it's purdy or what. When it's tarnished like this, when it's tarnished like that, it makes it harder for the animal to see. I have a steel cable attached to mine, just so I can anchor it somewhere. This is a pretty good long cable. And that's just so I can anchor it to a place if it's maybe like a tree, if it's just a little too far away. I've got another trap. Actually, let me show you one of these. I haven't hung this one outside. It's got a tiny bit of rust on it, but you see how shiny it is? You don't want your traps to be shiny like that. Pretty old shiny chain, just to draw attention to the animal. You don't want that. And again, that's just my experience. That's my opinion. You do it however the hell you want to. attach this sucker to a tree. I put my bait on here, on these little hairs, 2 hairs. I put my bait on that. When the animal comes up, actually let me go ahead and I'll set this thing. I've got one set over here. Let me show you how this works. I've never used one this size with one of those spring clips. The spring clip is just to hold it onto your tree or whatever the hell you're putting it on. It's got to be wood. You drive it in, you put a screw in it like I do. See that screw that I got put in there? Well, there's 2 pointy prongs on each side of that thing. I'm not putting my hand in there because if it misfires, I'll catch myself. But it's got 2 prongs on each side of it to where you can drive it into the tree, or it's got a hole in the middle where you can screw it to a tree to make it easier to get out. On each side, you have these clips. When you're setting this sumbitch, you want to pull these clips out as far this way as you can, so it's tight and it does not accidentally break your damn hand. Now it'll still snap shut, but it won't hurt you too bad. Right down there, you see those 2 whiskers? That's what I add my bait to. And what I'm going to add to it is some corn. Some old dried up ears of corn. I'll cut a piece off. I'll shove it right down through one of those hairs. And once that animal grabs hold of it, see this locking mechanism right here? It's called the dog. And as soon as that hair gets moved a little bit, it'll pop that dog loose and that trap will snap shut. And I'll get ready to show you how it works. I wish you could see a little better than that, but I ain't got nothing else to put this thing on to show you. Let me use this thing over here. This is just to pull the handle of a rake. A cheap rake that's came loose. I just haven't fixed it yet. Now pretend that I have that corn that I'm using for bait on those hairs. And as soon as I hit that hair, it's a little loose that way, huh? Anyway, as soon as I hit that hair, that sucker snaps shut. See, now it wouldn't have killed that animal because I left these locks on there. Now wait and see what happens whenever I disengage these locks. Whenever the locks are on, you know, you squeeze the trap shut or like this. And the dog, it's got these 2 little grooves in each side. That one groove fits right into the groove of these whiskers. Alright, now let me go ahead and reset this thing. If you're using these spring-loaded spring-loaded clips right here. If you're using those, you want to make sure you pull this good and tight. And get your hands the hell out their way. Alright, now I'm going to disengage the little locking hooks. They are disengaged. And here we go again. That thing snaps shut on that animal and it will kill it. It will kill it dead as hell. This is perfect size for a raccoon. And like I said, I've got to hurry and get rid of some raccoons. They're causing a lot of property damage and really pissing me off. Damn. That's a bad thing to. It's a bad thing to play around with those traps with a hard stick, because that stick will bend up your. Actually, let me show you. You see how that's bent right there? Look at that side. It's pretty much the same way, but that's because of this dog. That shouldn't be like that, because that's the side that catches your animal if it's set right. You want your dog coming down facing forward towards you. If your dog's coming down facing forward towards you while you're letting it go, there's a whole lot less of a chance of that thing slipping off and catching your hand. I'll put this thing back up real quick. And I'm going to be getting ready to head on out to go set a few of these things. So I will catch you guys later. Catch you on the next go round. I'm going to be doing a lot of trapping and hunting, so if you like this kind of stuff, hit the subscribe button. If you don't like it, just don't. Anyway, you guys have a great day. I'm out of here, I think.